Hello and welcome to the Gamers Table Independent Edition. It is Friday, and we're reviewing Mail Order Mutants.
This green box probably doesn't show up very well.
No.
Or these green cards.
Show the front sides.
This is a fun game. I think it's a well put together, well thought out card game. In this game, 2 to 4 players assume the roles of mad scientists seeking to genetically engineer bizarre creatures to sell to rich businessmen's private menageries. The 5 clients place their order requests, and the scientists scramble to collect the appropriate DNA from the shared toxic sewer beneath their laboratories to rework into the specified genetic combinations. It's simple. On your turn, you get an action. You can scoop, you can splice, or you can slice.
You start out setting it up by having 5 piles, A to E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you set them up in order like that in the 5 piles. Those are your different customers. And then you take 18 cards and start putting them out in the soup of DNA.
Yes.
You put cards on top until it's a matching DNA type, and then you start a new pile.
If it's an alien DNA, it never gets matched up with another.
Alien DNA.
Which is the wild card.
And you have a couple of
3 of them.
You have 3 cards that tell you the 3 actions that you can do in the game. You have 3 tanks in front of you where you can do these things.
You could scoop an organism from the toxic sewer and place it into an empty gestation tank.
I'm mad. You can slice the top card from a gestation tank and put it on an organism in the toxic sewer, following the same rules.
What else can you do?
That one. Okay.
Oh, good. But how about that?
Oh, that. Right. Okay, well, splice part or all of an organism in a gestation tank onto another organism in a gestation tank. So, yeah, if you've only got limited room.
This is too much fun.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, so like if you need room and you want to make a combination of creatures here, you take that one, you splice it. You take it off of that one, and you put it on that one. Hey, I've got that creature now. It's over sitting off the side there. I can take that.
But what is that creature, you say?
Yes, but what kind of creatures are they looking for?
It could be a monitor squidvark.
Or a berrymantolo.
Or a frilled kangarooster worm. Woodpecker chiptermite.
Or Bugs Bunny.
Corolla constrictor. A great white budgie.
That's a really big budgie, isn't it? Budgies don't...
Tsetse fish. That one does.
And in case you want the quick reference, you got the 3 cards. Really easy. The object of the game is you fill the requests of these rich businessmen who want these weird creatures for their menageries.
And they have different sets of DNA, showing this one needs some sort of insect DNA, fish DNA, and avian DNA. And when you have those 3 in your tank, you scoop it out, slap it on there, ship it, and you take that card and put it face down in front of you so nobody knows how many points you have. Clearly, you would not choose the card in front of me.
When you ship one off, you have to replace in the toxic sewer the exact number of cards that you shipped off.
From the draw pile.
From the draw pile. So if you shipped off an organism or mutant that was made up of 3 different things of DNA, you add 3 more things of DNA to the toxic sewer the same way you added the 18 cards at the start of the game.
We've got your DNA cards that go into the toxic soup, and they have 5 different types of DNA on them. We've got your bird, fish, animal, lizard, that I can't find, lizard, and insect. This one actually has 2 on 1. And when you make the creature, you need to put back as many cards, not DNA strands, as many cards as you use for your creature. So if you can use the DNA to make something that doubles up, so you can use that to do your DNA with the 3 on there. So you're only putting 2 cards. You're messing up the other guys because now instead of putting 3 cards back, you're only putting 2 cards back and giving them less to work with.
When a pile runs out of one of the specific, you got like D, A, B, C, D, E here. And if one of those piles runs out, that's when it triggers the end of the game. Or is the end of the game. Yes.
Now, we noticed one issue. Sometimes the DNA you have out there won't match any of the orders you have.
Right.
And it's going to take a lot of slicing and splicing to try and get any of those out there. You're hoping on the charity of one of the other players to slice and splice their stuff together to get a creature out, so something is going to get new in that toxic soup. Because sometimes there's just there's no fish DNA and everything up there needs fish. There's no fish. We can't make another creature.
Yeah, it kind of stalls out.
And unfortunately, there's nothing in the rule to cover that particular eventuality.
Right. But I don't think it comes up that often. Like it came up. There was a lot of fish DNA we needed, and there wasn't much there. But it eventually came out.
Yeah.
So
eventually.
Still somebody had to make a creature.
Someone had the DNA, they can make it, and then all of a sudden, there's some more possibilities.
And then that card would go once somebody actually finds it, and then something new would come up, and it might actually need whatever's on the table, and then it starts clearing out again.
And now for the gaming news. Announcing jumbo booklets from the Game Crafter. For some games, the large booklets simply can't hold enough information. To that end, they're releasing the jumbo booklet. Jumbo booklets are 8 by 10 and can have a total of 40 pages, compared to the smaller booklets that can only have 20. Since they're so large, they're only compatible with the large game box. Wrapping up for Mail Order Mutants. I give Mail Order Mutants an 8. Theme: you're a mad scientist combining DNA to make weird and wonderful creatures. They're cards and they're just the name, so it's a little abstract, but you're combining DNA on the cards to make the creatures and give them to the guy. So you're doing what the theme says.
Excuse me.
It's just a card game in a card box, so he hasn't got any boards, any player aids to show you where you put. You've got to imagine you've got the tanks, imagine you've got the goggles on, imagine you're Dr. Horrible in a sing-along blog making the magic creatures.
Imagine this is actual DNA you're handling with your bare hands.
Yes, as you can see it, it's big DNA. Big DNA.
Big DNA.
Anyway, so the theme is there. Easy to play. Yeah, just match the symbols up to what's on the cards. Take the cards and try and get the most points. Obviously, the cards deeper in the pile are worth more than the top ones because you go by the number in the corner. And fun to play. If you get into the crazy names and the mad scientist vibe of it, this can be a lot of fun to play.
Besides the humor, I think it would probably get a little stale for me. So I'm just going to give it a 6.5. I don't mind, the humor in it is really good, and overall, it's not that bad. But the stall out thing and just people, like when all the same DNA type are on the table and everybody's going to be trying for the same thing pretty much all the time, or first come, first serve.
I give Mail Order Mutants an 8. I like this game a lot, actually. I wasn't sure how much I'd like it. I thought it'd be a lot more random, but you can actually see, okay, Craig is definitely going to be able to make that creature before I do. You're not fast enough. On your turn, you can do one action. So you can, I can't try after that, so there's no point in trying to clog up my tanks with something I know I'm not going to be able to build. Maybe I could think ahead of other possibilities of what might be coming up next. So familiarity with the game would certainly help. Probably one of the better things about this game, past the mechanics, is the names of the different creatures that you're making. The humor is definitely fun, and I thought it was well put together. Like the 18 cards coming out, it just flows nicely. I find it seems all the mechanics are nice and tight.
I really can't quite get into this game as much as the other guys. They seem to like the humor in this one. It is, the humor is not everything in the game. It is pretty good though.
So that's it for this episode of the Gamers Table Independent Edition. Tune in next week to review another independent game. So that's what we do.
Poisonous Tasmanian trout beetle.
Alright, Igor, no more weasels.
Geckopede. Freshwater crocomantis. Berry mantelo.
So obviously you hear from some of the cards in this and the way we're acting, this was a fun game to play.
It was a fun game.
Easy to pick up, and so I'm sort of doing a wrap up here. What the hell's wrong with me? Okay, fine.
Oh, wrap it up.
Wrapping up.
Hey, I'll seek Soft Hand. We bring you provisions. Yeah, Soft Hand's hurt. He's not hurt. He's dead. Shut up, Far.
He's dying. I'm amazed he survived this long.
We've been tricked. Someone has been ahead of us every step of the way.
I need you thief to the scroll.
They killed Will Strongarm! I saw them! Oh, I'm sure they'll try for me next! Trace? Blackwings? Oh, Simeon! Why did you have to take everyone from me? Ah!